So, Starfield. It's finally reached mixed reviews. Long overdue and much deserved in my humble opinion, as Starfield is, well, practically not really a video game at all, really. But more interestingly than that is the fact that Bethesda, or honestly probably Microsoft if I was to guess, has taken it upon themselves to try and correct some of the negative misunderstandings that the players have had with Starfield by beginning to respond to negative reviews. Well, isn't that kind of helpful, I'm sure? Let's have a quick look here. Thank you for taking the time to write your review, and we are sorry to hear that you were disappointed with encountering many load screens whilst playing. While there may be loading screens in between fast traveling, there is. Just consider the amount of data for the expansive gameplay that is procedurally generated to load flawlessly in under 3 seconds. I don't know about that either. We believe that shortcomings will not hinder our players from getting lost in the world we created. Oh, I definitely don't believe that. In fact, I can testify that it did certainly prevent me from getting lost in the world that you arbitrarily and, as you say, procedurally generated. See, you didn't really create any gameplay. You didn't make a world. That was kind of a large part of the problem with Starfield. You procedurally generated it. Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete, all of them the same quest, and characters to meet, all of them the same character. Okay, well, that's weird and a little bit uncomfortable, frankly. What about the other ones, as there's quite a few of these, apparently? We appreciate you taking the time to find your review, and sorry to hear that you did not enjoy your time with Starfield. If you feel that things are getting boring, there is so much more to do than just the main quest. There are many side missions where you can learn more about the people and story of Starfield. You can take your time to explore various procedurally generated planets for pointless resources and worthless items that will simply wear you down and for some mysterious reason burn through your oxygen supply. Alright, holy shit, and there's more! In fact, there are several more like these. There are at least 4 or 5 reviews like these, or responses like these, that all appear to be the same ones, just copy-pasted again and again and again and again on countless different reviews. It seems as if... Okay. My conspiracy theory here is, this could of course be some random intern, right, at Microsoft or Bethesda. So Microsoft was obviously very disappointed by the way that Starfield reviewed, I don't think that's any secret, and Bethesda too are probably trying to cover their tracks with their new corporate overlords. And so they might very well have looked at Timmy, the newest intern to the office, and gone, Timmy, we've got some cringe for you to write. It's time for you to try and convince somebody on the internet that they are wrong about Starfield being boring. At which point Timmy tried to snap his own neck, but he simply failed to produce the necessary force, as it turned out, and was condemned to do this instead. Possible, but the way this is written, given the immense size of Starfield, we felt it made more sense to be able to use your grav drive to jump to other solar systems. The option to fly freely among the planets is still there, actually not, and you can travel from one planet to another and land without needing to open your map. If you use your scanner, because you can't actually travel across the galaxy, you can't actually travel from star to star, you do have to actually do the fast travel thing, as far as I'm aware anyways. This sounds much like the actual content of Starfield, what's the term again? Ah yes, procedurally generated. As I genuinely do wonder if they haven't had a little bit of an AI, like they cobbled in ChatGPT and gone like, respond to this message in a nice way and maybe hopefully make them not hate us anymore. And the AI then pumped out like 4 or 5 responses, and now they're going around copy, Control-Cing, Control-Ving them onto all of the reviews. That's what it feels like to me, anyways. And I just want to point out too, okay, on the one hand, technically, theoretically, the developer is allowed to respond to reviews. Duh. But this idea of trying to convince you you're wrong I don't like at all. Because at the end of the day, a review is simply one person's subjective impression of the game, right? That's all it is. It's intended to be taken as an aggregate, which is why I like the, Steam stuff of mixed, positive, largely positive, overwhelmingly positive, etc. It gives people at a glance the information they need, at least most of the time. And it also allows people to review bomb games, which is a very, very important and vital tool which Steam should allow to be used without their goddamn interference, mind you. But this, where they go like, oh, it's not that bad, you can do these things. You can't, though. It's like the previous one. Oh, if you think the video game is boring, just go mine somewhere. Just go dig out some pointless resources or go grab some useless weapons. That's not fun, though. Like, if people already find that boring, you simply saying, go mine some more garbage, isn't going to convince them? They're not then going to go like, oh, right. This is a boring game with subpar gunplay, constant loading screens, uninteresting characters, and worthless quests, but I could go dig in the dirt somewhere. Yay! No, developer. This is not good. Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests, most of them the same, to complete and character meet. Most quests will also vary on your character's skill and decisions. And see this is a blatant effing lie right here. An absolute unironic lie. Your decisions has next to zero influence on the vast majority of quests in Starfield, because the vast majority of state quests in Starfield is kill everyone in a 30-meter radius. And your skills as well. Oh, you could lockpick this door if you had the dumbass lockpicking skill. You could open that chest to get more worthless weaponry that do nothing except weigh you down. This is an actual lie? You could argue, whataboutism, like, well, you could have lockpicked the door, you could have snuck through the level, yeah, theoretically, but it doesn't actually change much. What this makes it sound like is that if the reviewer has completely misunderstood things, quests have many different solutions, you can affect them in all kinds of ways. You can't, though. Massively changing the outcome of your playthrough. Remind me if false advertisement is still a crime, because if it is, I think we've got a pretty good case against Bethesda here. Try creating different characters with different backgrounds, and experience the fact that one line of dialogue will occasionally change. Like, bullshit. Absolute bullshit. This is a direct and obvious abuse of the developer response system to try and push positive PR and linking to the game as well, by the way, to further marketing content to try and sell the game to people who are reading the review. This is going like, okay, people like this review, this was popular, people read this, okay, let's slap a marketing part underneath it to try and peel people away from this guy's impressions. No. Absolutely no. This is an abuse of the developer's powers. This should be blocked by Steam, and considering it is also blatantly false, the developer should probably be taken actions against. Take away their privileges to do this. If they are going to use it to lie, straight up, blatantly, block them immediately. They should not be able to respond, and they should not be able to use their own review sections as a way to try and market their games again via patented falsehoods. This is not the way, Bethesda. This is not the way at all. Eat your big fat dirty L with Starfield. You did not make a video game, you made a procedurally generated sandbox, and barely even that. You did not make an engaging universe, and you, congratulations to you for it incidentally, managed to scam Microsoft out of many, many billions of dollars. I would have done it too if I could. This is pure desperation. Pure desperation. And worse still, if this is, as I kind of do suspect, a result of AI self-generated nonsense, it is a distinct disturbing potential view into the future, isn't it? If this is allowed to continue, then negative reviews could actually serve as marketing for games, as anyone who tries to look up reviews for a game is then going to get a little disclaimer at the bottom like, oh, the developer pointed out that you could totally do this, with no actual control over whether or not you could actually do that. Steam needs to take action on this, and it needs to be swift action, and it needs to be determined action. Or Bethesda could simply do the right thing and delete this, and delete whatever AI program they've got installed on their servers that does it. Bad Bethesda. Until next time, I have been Arch. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day.